Oh, that would have been great. That would have been great. Oh, I needed one. Yeah.
10 seconds. Now. Welcome to RAF08 here in Philadelphia. We've been, over the past 8 months, we've been setting records as the fastest growing emerging sports league. It's been incredible to see. And here at the Corey Center, we're going to break our ticket record as well. Tampa was our #1 show 2 weeks ago, and we already outsold the tickets from there. So we're going to have a loud arena, and we're grateful for everyone here, all the athletes, and it's going to be an incredible night tomorrow. We also announced RAF09, and it's going to be in Texas, and we have RAF10 that we announced yesterday in St. Louis. RAF12 will be our anniversary show in Cleveland, and we're going to announce RAF11 here next week. So we're booked out, and we're here to stay. And again, we appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. We appreciate the support, and it's not getting easier, but it's definitely getting smoother. The athletes are just unbelievable to work with. We got 9 guys making their debut. We got 6 different countries represented. We got 2 UFC champions. We have 6 Olympians, 4 gold medalists, 8 world medalists, 12 NCAA champions. I mean, the who's here, and then I couldn't be more proud. So let's just take some questions for the wrestlers, or if anybody got any questions for us.
Mike.
Chad, Izzy, good to see you guys. Chad, I want to start with you. Every city and location you go to, you say has a special meaning for you. What about Philadelphia made this a must-stop at for RAF08?
Well, I think it's more so that Philadelphia is just a great wrestling city, right? We did Penn State, RAF02. We're picking states that we know and cities that we know that are, like we talked about last time, high dense wrestling populations, that we know people are going to show up, the energy is going to be insane, and Philly is one of those cities. So we're excited about this, and we're going to keep targeting Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, but this is a great city. It's a fight city, and it's a wrestling city, so we're excited.
And then for you, Izzy, you just ran off all the credentials of all the athletes competing on this card, and as part of the matchmaking team, how giddy does that make you that you get to assemble a card like this with world champions and gold medalists and UFC champions, this eclectic mix all coming together to compete on Saturday?
Well, that was the fun part. The hardest part was I got a lot of love for this city because UPenn's here. They've taken a chance on a couple of my wrestlers from Izzy style. They've given the opportunity to go to the Ivy League education. So I've always felt like I had to, wanted to come back and do something awesome for this town and do it any chance I could, And I think the hardest part was not getting my man Devin Casey on the card, who's a young wrestler at UPenn right now. So that was probably the toughest part. But just knowing this big city, knowing the type of people are here, knowing we got Merab and the Georgians on the card. I mean, we got the best international wrestlers. It's truly a dream come true.
Chad over here.
Yep.
First stop in Philadelphia, obviously selling out Leocoris is huge. Is it a goal of yours someday to actually take this show down to Xfinity Mobile in South Philly?
I mean, I don't know if it's a goal. I think it's gonna, we're already doing that in Cleveland at Rocket Mortgage. It depends on the arenas and where we go, but I think we're hitting all our goals. And if the arena's the right arena, we're gonna go there. But I think we'll be in Philly next year. We're going. Our plan is to hit Philly next year, Jersey, possibly Long Island. But we're talking all the arenas. What's really cool is when we started this, we were at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland, August 25th. A lot of arenas didn't even talk to us. Right now, they're all reaching out, so they know RAF's a staple, and that So I think every arena that we think is a good target, we'll hit.
And then Izzy over here, when you were building this card, any discussions with Philadelphia UFC fighters, Joe Pyfer, Sean Brady, any of those guys, or interest in the future?
Yeah, a bunch of them be in the stands, tomorrow. Eddie Alvarez was hurt, or we'd probably put him on the card. It's been crazy. Our inbox is unbelievable with the amount of people that are interested in this. But we had the amazing headliner, and then we snuck Arman and Urijah in the card, and it's just been putting this card together was awesome. And we got Lotto on the card from his last performance. He was so disappointed. We had to get him on this card, and it's his birthday, so I want to give a shout out to Lotto wherever he's at. It's his birthday on Saturday, so we're pretty excited for him too.
Well, happy birthday. And last one from me, just with Gable on the next card being announced to UFC. This is for both of you even. How do you guys think he fares in that UFC heavyweight division?
I was in the fight game for a long time, and it's a little different than wrestling. Sometimes there's a lot of wrestlers out there that would get the shit kicked out of them in a wrestling match, but then go out there and fight. Probably kick the shit out of that guy that kicked the shit out of him in wrestling. So it's a different game. And I think Gable's got the right people behind him. I was a member of Jackson Wink Academy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It was a home of mine for 10 years with the greatest people in the country, the greatest fight fans in the country, the greatest fighters in the country, but most importantly, the greatest coaches. Greg Jackson, Mike Winklejohn, Brandon Gibson, all my team down there are just unbelievable guys. And he's got the GOAT, John Jones, in his corner. I mean, that's a pretty tough combination to beat, and you're Gable Steveson. So I wish him the best. I'd love to see him wrestle more than fight, though.
Yeah, and we've been talking. Gable's one of the first conversations Izzy and I had with Hulk right when we started the league. So it's good to see him. I don't think he could avoid joining RAF.
Chad, I have a question. This is Anton with Fighting for Success. So obviously it's a numbers game, right? And their numbers are just going crazy. On that, you got pure wrestlers and you got entertainment wrestling. You guys see this going forward. What is important to you when you're picking these matchups and things like that? Is it the personality? Do these guys and girls need to be building a personality to get the views? Or is it purely, hey, you're a good wrestler, let's get after it?
I think we're just showcasing wrestling. A lot of people talk about this all the time. Kobe Covington is a good example of that. He was a two-time All-American. Henry is a great example, Olympic gold medalist / UFC champ. So I think for us, it's just about creating entertainment. We're entertainment and wrestling. If we just stuck in a purist mindset, we wouldn't be able to drive the mainstream. I'm a purist. Izzy's a purist. We love watching wrestling. But the idea is that we're trying to educate the world on why wrestling is such a great sport. So having these crossover matchups bring that awareness to us. And so I think that we're trying to build brands. And so when you got guys like Merab or Henry or Kobe joining cards, they're passing the torch and helping other people build their brands. In wrestling, our wrestlers are the biggest stars. The idea is that we drive that mainstream audience and really grow this to be a platform, and that more and more kids that are coming to our events that never wrestled, they're coming with their friends. They're starting to join clubs. I see it all the time. They're going with their friends to clubs now because they come to an RAF event. They're like, this is awesome, and I want to go get involved in this. So that's the goal when we started this, was to really just grow the sport. And so however we can do that, we're going to do that.
All right, we're going to go to the first panel. Cruz, Bird, Sharipov, and Cassiope, please.